Oh no, it's popped up again. There we go. Okay then. Welcome everybody to your grand final game of the Epic.TEN Dota 2 tournaments. It's going to be between Imaginary Gaming and Team eNigma. Team eNigma actually sent home Reason Gaming in the lower bracket final just now, and Imaginary Gaming are coming from the upper brackets. So they're going to have a best one game advantage. This will of course be a best of 5, and I am joined here today by my co-caster Mackie. How you doing, Mackie?
Hello, Rabbit. How you doing?
Not too shabby, thank you. I'm a little bit tired though. I fell asleep during one of the games I was meant to be casting a bit earlier, which is a bit disappointing. But hey, here we are now, finally into the grand final. It's been a long weekend.
It certainly has. You've been casting. Well, it feels like you've been casting for about 40 hours out of the last 48, I think.
Probably something along those lines. I'm just going to turn you up slightly in Dota so people can hear you. Right, so anyway, on to the bans. We do actually have Batrider being banned out by Imaginary Gaming, which is a little bit surprising because he's been one of those key heroes that Imaginary Gaming have really enjoyed playing this tournament. And it's going to be followed up by the Undying ban by Team eNigma.
Am I sounding all right now? I can turn myself up a little bit more if I
You
need
should be fine. I believe you are fine.
to. Good stuff.
I
I can hear Epic.TEN in the background. It's so exciting.
Yeah. Okay, my buddy Ben's going to go walk in the room and check if he can hear everything alright. But yeah, so Darkseer banned out by Imaginary Gaming now, and well, we've got one more ban to come out from an eNigma, and the question is, what do they not want to give Imaginary? Because there's so many heroes that they've used effectively today. They've pushed with the Chen, which is exactly what they get rid of there. Also, the Lone Druid's still a possibility for them. And there's just so many heroes that ING have just used to their full effectiveness, and Nyx Assassin is definitely one of them.
Yeah, that's a big respect ban from Vlad. Every game I've happened to watch, Vlad has played an incredible Chen and just absolutely been a one-man army through the whole game, so I'm not surprised to see that banned at all. Yeah,
he's been pushing down towers left, right and centre, taking 25-minute games off Reason, as well as many other teams in this tournament as well. But the bans coming out from eNigma are going to be Keeper of the Light as well as Magnus.
Yeah, so really, these are the heroes that we consider overpowered. You know, seeing Nyx, Keeper of the Light, and Magnus all in a game at the same time was, a couple of weeks back you'd never see that at all. So, not sure how this is going to work out. It's going to be really interesting to watch. Yeah,
indeed it will be, and here comes the Lifestealer, one of the most common pickups we've seen so far in the tournament. So Lifestealer and Rubik will be the pickups for IMG. Not really surprised with the Lifestealer pick, but I am a little bit surprised that they've gave eNigma Phantom Lancer, but he's not been that much of a common pickup, and it's not just because he's been banned in most of the games. He just hasn't been picked that much this tournament, which is really surprising considering the fact that he's probably one of the most overpowered heroes in the game right now.
Yeah, that's pretty unusual. I mean, we've seen quite a bit of... what other carries have we seen? There's been quite a bit of Gyrocopter in the games I've watched. I'm very surprised not to see a lot of Phantom Lancer. I thought any time he didn't get banned, he would definitely be top of the picks. But, yeah, interesting. Lifestealer, of course, always dangerous. He's just going to do so much damage. Guaranteed.
It's pretty much been Gyro, Lifestealer, Lone Druid, and Luna are the most common carry pickups of the day. And that's where the Lone Druid ban comes in for Team eNigma. They really don't want them to have bans playing their hero and just pushing down their towers consistently while getting so much farm, getting an early Maelstrom or going into an early Radiance. I think last game we saw he got the Hand of Midas of 5 minutes into the game, which was incredible. It's such a high level of farm. I think he pretty much didn't miss a single last hit. And Imaginary Gaming are going to follow that up with the Queen of Pain ban.
Yeah, so that'll be... they're trying to shut down anything eNigma can do in mid right now. But I know and you know that eNigma are very flexible. I'm not sure what they're going to pick to go mid. But they'll get through this. We also see a Shadow Demon ban coming out. I mean, eNigma needs some support right now. They could do with another one maybe. So a pretty wise ban. Shadow Demon's so good to watch as well. He's so such a versatile hero. Can really do anything he wants.
Mackie, can you set yourself up in the game, please, mate? Go on, ramp it up.
Say again?
Can you set yourself up a bit? Ramp yourself up.
Hello, how do I sound now? How about now?
That should be much better if I didn't have loads of COD players screaming over my shoulder, apparently.
I quite like that, that's quite fun.
Oh man, but I've only just actually realised that I know that Team eNigma picked up the Coddle and Team eNigma picked up the PL, but I didn't actually realise that Team eNigma picked up the Coddle PL. Like, I just completely forgot for a second that they had that combination. So this is eNigma Dota, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the next 70-minute game, which is probably going to happen. But IMG are going to ban out the Shadow Demon, as you said, one of the most interesting heroes in the game right now, as well as the twin-headed dragon, Jakiro, and eNigma are going to follow that up with the not surprising Gyrocopter, as well as the Lina.
Yeah, so that Gyrocopter's out for the game. That's not a surprise. Great hero to watch, and he's always really versatile. Like Gyrocopter can play a pretty decent mid. He can be pretty decent hard carries. So he's a good ban, but I'm not sure what Imaginary Gaming are going to go for now. I mean, they need a mid, and they've got their hard carry, so probably looking for an offlaner.
It could still be Nyx Assassin on the mid lane. And another thing that IMG have been running is Lifestealer +1 in middle lane as well. They'll be getting so much farm up. I believe it was, I can't remember if it was Yo-Yo or Rose who played the Lifestealer, but they got so much farm up on him. It was absolutely incredible, and they'd be happy to run that against something like Magnus if that's where anybody decides to put him.
Yeah, that could definitely work. I mean, it's a good strategy to run a dual mid occasionally, because it does really guarantee you that mid. You can be pretty sure that your opponent's going to be running a solo mid, so you put a couple of heroes there, hopefully you get the advantage early on.
Oh, but there's Yo-Yo's Tidehunter. We've seen him get some absolutely amazing ravages in this tournament so far. Just completely surprising the enemy team when he eventually farmed up that Blink Dagger. He does play kind of in a supporty role, so he doesn't get it that early in the game, but when he does get it, it really takes teams by surprise, and it pretty much turns the games around, if not just the fights. Yeah,
I'm excited to see what he's going to come out with that one. It's been a great hero to watch for him every single time.
It's quite interesting as well, because you cast a lot of competitive games of Dota, don't you? And we don't see Tidehunter that often anymore.
No, he's completely fallen out of favour. And I don't really know why. I mean, obviously, Nyx Assassin and Keeper of the Light are the big things, so we're tending towards slightly more squishy supports in general. But we have seen Tidehunters that have really dominated. I mean, I know you like to talk about Sexy Bamboo's Tidehunter. It's been pretty incredible, and there was quite a famous game where Sneaking, just running a solo Tidehunter, pulled something like 7-0 in the laning phase. It was absolutely brutal. So he's not a hero to forget about. He's always dangerous, and he's not going away anywhere. Like, I think he's just fallen out of fashion. It's not that he's particularly well countered or anything.
Yeah, for example, if he was to go against a solo Magnus, he could easily surprise him with the amount of bursts that Tidehunter can bring out. And eNigma, this is a pretty interesting one. I've not actually seen them ever pick this, but it's going to be the Brewmaster picked up, and that's most likely going to be played by Steven11 in the mid lane. I'm very excited to see what Steven can do with his panda.
I love a Brewmaster. What's really interesting about him is he can be like taking a lot of harassment, he can be in a lot of trouble. You think you've locked him down, he gets one moment, he casts his ultimate, and there's 3 of him, and they're all full health. What do you do then? Like, he's pretty unstoppable sometimes. Yeah, he's going to need to get caught in a really solid Ravage and then get caught by Nyx Assassin. I mean, they're going to have a hard time holding him down.
But at the same time, it's a little bit questionable that eNigma have actually picked up this panda, because you look at their lineup right now and they're playing typical eNigma Dota, as I like to call it. They've got the Keeper of the Light and the Phantom Lancer. They're going to want to take this as late as they possibly can into the game to get the most farm on Pain as possible on Phantom Lancer. And this is the problem with Brewmaster, is that when he gets to about the 40-minute mark, he really starts to lose his effectiveness, as most of the enemy heroes will have BKBs up by them. And of course, there's a Lifestealer in the pool, so he's obviously going to have his own BKB. The 6-second one all the way through the game.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. I don't know how it's going to work. I mean, I don't know what to think about that. It could work out for them, but it could not.
Yeah, and we're just waiting on... Now, what the hell? Okay, this is the first Necrolite we've seen this weekend as well. I'm a little bit surprised by this pick, but I'm also very excited to see what they're going to do here. And I have no idea how their lanes are going to work. Is this going to be a solo middle Necrolite rushing up for a mechanism? It could be, but... well...
Earthshaker here.
And the turnaround pick is going to be an Earthshaker.
Got real pocket strategy. I think I reckon IMG know what they're doing with this Necrolite. They've got big plans. Rose has picked it up, so we can be fairly sure it's going mid.
Fairly sure. It's definitely looking that way. I mean, the only time he's not been mid is when he's played Magnus, and he's just played that in the off lane, and that's when they run the dual mid lane.
Yeah, so I'm really interested to see what's going to happen there. haven't seen Necrolite in any competitive games. I know he has been picked, but I haven't seen any of late. So yeah, exciting. And Earthshaker, of course, great pickup, great control of any lane he's in, and he's definitely going to be an interesting hero to watch.
And in the spirit of this tournament, we're going to start the game with a pause. Just take a moment to appreciate how many pauses we've had so far. Or how long, maybe.
It's been ropey, but the teams have really worked hard to pull through it. I think I've seen some really good sportsmanship through the whole weekend. So thank you to any of the teams that are still watching. I know quite a few people have had to run off, but hopefully some people are watching. And yeah, thanks guys, you've been amazing.
And a big shout out to IMG as well, who actually delayed their plans to travel home tonight to turn this into a best of 5. They didn't want to feel like they had a 1-0 advantage in the best of 3 because it might be over a bit too soon for a grand final. So they asked eNigma, you know what, we want to go home tomorrow, shall we play a best of 5 final? And eNigma said, yeah, why the hell not? So we're going to get ourselves into the game now. We're going to quickly run through Imaginary Gaming's lineup right now. So we've got Bands, he's heading in the bottom lane as that life seeder. He's going to be followed up by Sev Doda, who will be playing the support Rubik, and Vlad Tepes is going to be playing the support Nyx Assassin. Of course, we do see Rose. He's in the middle lane as the Necrolite. Got a very, very much a bottle rushing build here, which is fairly surprising. It seems that, you know, he is Necrolite. And finally, of course, Yoya. We've already seen it a few times today. He's going to be playing that Tidehunter off lane.
And over on eNigma, we got Steven11 playing on the Phantom Lancer, their captain. We've got Ghostuk playing on the Magnus. Where is he going to be? I think he's going to be solo bottom by the looks of things.
Yeah.
Antab playing on the Earthshaker, Pain playing the Brewmaster, and Dreadnight's going to be bringing up the rear with the Keeper of Light.
And what do you think of these drafts then? Who do you think really has the advantage in this game? I know it's really hard to call just based on drafts, but what team do you think has the edge when it comes to this early game?
I think you're probably going to shoot me down for saying this, but I think Phantom Lancer is the stronger carry, and
ooh, Mucky!
I reckon that they've got the late game with that, but I don't know. I mean, and you know what we say, Phantom Lancer and Keeper of the Light is a really strong combo, so I mean they could take the early game with that as well.
Indeed.
But
and yeah, there is
Necrolite is
it's interesting.
This Necrolite is something unknown. It's a bit of a wild card.
Yeah, but I guess he will go for a bottle first into a fast mechanism. I mean, unless they want to put it on the Tidehunter, which is very unlikely. In fact, Tidehunter's already been taken low in the top lane. He's getting chased down by Dreadnought. The Fisher did come out from Antab as well, but it's just harassment damage, and he is going to have to just back off, eat some tangos, regen up, and return now. And in the meantime, Vlad also tried to gank the middle lane as in the spirit of Dota 2 today, Rose has currently DC'd. But yeah, Pain was taken down to half health by the gank coming in from Vlad as well.
Yeah, that's a little bit scary for Pain. I mean, I guess we're going to see Vlad. Is he roaming? Do you know, or do you think he's going to hang around in mid here? Do you think this is a?
Well,
do you think this is a dual mid?
Bands is going to generally have a easy enough time against the solo Magnus in his bottom lane. I don't think they're going to have to babysit him 24/7. And Vlad will be more than happy to roam around. He's the guy who obviously been playing the Chen to a phenomenal level today. And yesterday as well, of course. So we probably will see him roaming around a little bit more. And we actually get the reconnect coming in from Necrolite. So we're just waiting a few seconds for everyone to get themselves just ready to go. As of course this is the second game, technically the second game in the grand final, because there is a 1-0 advantage for Imaginary Gaming, don't forget. Basically IMG have to win 2, eNigma have to win 3, and we'll crown our winners of the Dota Talk Dota 2 Cup. The Dota Talk? No, this isn't Dota Talk, what am I saying? The Epic.TEN Dota 2 Cup. I still think I'm back in London.
You're a month behind, mate.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, we'll be interested to see how this lane actually goes in the middle though. But Brewmaster, interesting enough, starting with a point in Drunken Haze rather than a Thunderclap. So he's just trying to make IMG Rose miss as many last hits as he possibly can.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting build. I've always thought it would work, but no one ever seems to go for it. So I'll be interested to see how it turns out.
But at the moment, Rose is actually winning in the last hit war. It's still very early game, so we can't really determine, you know, oh, he's absolutely destroying his lane because it's only 5 last hits. But at the same time, he is actually taking that early advantage against the Brewmaster.
He certainly is, and if he manages to get the supports from the bottom lane roaming in quite a lot, then he's definitely going to have the advantage all the time in that lane. But, Ghost Shark's completely gone from that lane entirely now.
Yep, it's time for Jungle Magnus. Do we look as retarded as CSGO players? I don't think many people in the hall will appreciate that one. Oh, one of the IMG guys. Do we look as retarded as CSGO players? You're not as loud, that's for sure.
Cheer a little bit more, maybe.
Yeah, it is a very noisy hall in here this evening as we go into the finals for the other tournaments as well. But yeah, Ghost Shark, he's decided to stack this easy camp. He's going to spam that shockwave because he knows he's going to get absolutely nothing in the bottom lane. Seb's going to be constantly pulling the lane and basically make sure the band gets as much free farm as possible. And it's the same in the top as well. Dreadnought's going to be pulling on as well as Antab. They've got a double stack at the moment and they're going to try and completely deny Yoya, who's currently only level 1.5.
Yeah, they really need to stop him from getting level 6 for as long as they possibly can. Once he gets that Ravage up, he's going to become very dangerous, and we've seen that happen before.
Ghost Shark now, he's actually managed to get level 2 from stacking this jungle. He's going to be taken quite low though, so that's why all these reasons come. Again, another gank in the mid lane. Vlad is constantly here. Pain's feeling all this suppression coming out from him. And Pain's just going to drop a thunderclap to try and get a last hit there. And at the moment, Vlad is just been an absolute pain towards him. But at the same time, no. Top lane, Tidals are coming way too far forward. Antap with a great feature block. If he wants to get out of this, he's got to go all the way around the trees. This could be our first blood. There's another Spirit Lance available. Phantom Lance throws it. Now will be first blood going to season 11. eNigma draw first blood. And Phantom Lance starts to snowball. And this is going to be one of those games.
Just look at that fissure from Antab there, completely blocking off the lane. He forced Yoya to move right around those trees, and then as he came around, he was there waiting as well. So even if the Spirit Lance had missed, Antab would have got the kill. Yeah,
he was just there for the body block support. And what a great play by Antab. That really was a magical fissure across that top lane.
That's what Earthshaker is all about. Like those moments where you get that perfect fissure.
Yeah. And Yoyo's actually taking a page out of Ghost Shark's book here. Because he's now farming this small camp, stacked and pulled it. He wants to get levels up as soon as possible. He has Anchor Smash available. I'm surprised he hasn't used it a bit earlier because now he's starting to take a lot of damage from it.
He really needs Kraken Shell if he's going to get in the jungle.
In fact, Yoyo's getting taken very low by these neutrals. He's got to be careful. He's on 25 HP. 19. He's not going to die as he's 12 HP on the neutrals. Just having a little play with fire there. And it's a good job that Vlad came in to support him. Or else he would have definitely died there.
I thought we were going to see a very silly early death there, but yeah, he timed it perfectly. So I'm sure it was all planned to be that way.
Yeah, and guess who just flew in his hand and Midas recipe? Phantom Lance has taken this advantage by storm. But I'm actually wondering about Nakes at the same time. He's also got his hand and Midas recipe just sitting there. They're both ready to buy. Nakes is actually going to get it in 10 gold, so he's just going to get this one more last hit and he will have it. So yeah, at the moment, Nakes is taking the advantage in terms of farm, but obviously that kill for Phantom Lancer, also known as Cancer Lancer, of course, is obviously going to put him in a significant advantage as well when it comes to levels.
Yeah, he's going to be slightly ahead, I would guess, on experience. He's actually somehow running a little bit behind, but I'm sure he'll be catching up soon. I mean, that's what Phantom Lancer does.
Mid lane.
It's looking.
Oh, Antab. Nice fish. It's going to block Vlad in. Vlad can't get out of this one. He's going to have to go all the way around. Antab might actually go down now, indeed. A mana burn coming out from Vlad is going to finish him off there. And then Rose is trying to keep his teammate healed up with that Death Pulse. And then Pain's taking a lot of damage. Rose is actually going super aggressive on this one. The 3-man gank coming in from eNigma actually goes completely against them. And they lose one hero. And Nyx Assassin, the one who got blocked off, picks one off himself. And he's going to be able to walk away safe and sound.
Rose played a great game there. He walked along the cliff face and no one could actually see him. eNigma didn't have any high ground vision, so he was just standing up there getting his heals off, and he kept Vlad alive long enough so neither of them actually died and just cost eNigma a lot of time, a lot of hit points.
Yeah, and Pain's got himself got himself a double damage rune now, so he's going to have a nice easy time in this mid lane now, although he's very much behind. I've just noticed the CS score in this mid lane. Rose, although he has some support from Vlad, he's still got 32 for 17 compared to the 13 last hits on Brewmaster. And, yep, as expected, Necrolite's hit level 6 first. Brewmaster's not far behind now.
Yeah, somehow he's managed to do really well, despite having Vlad around leeching a little bit of experience off him. He still hasn't fallen behind on the experience at all. In fact, he's way ahead.
Interestingly enough, we do see Steven. It's picked up an early point in that Phantom Edge, so I'm not sure if he wants this just for the magic resistance, because obviously this doesn't give anything to juxtapose if you haven't leveled it up, so, well, he kind of has to have it just for the magic resistance, otherwise it's a bit of a wasted skill up.
Yeah, it's a little bit unusual, but I guess he's you know, there's reason to be scared of the magic damage on IMG. They've got Necrolite, they've got Rubik, and they've got Nyx, and I believe Ravage is Ravage is magical. So there's plenty to be frightened of there. It's a perfectly valid pickup, I think. Although a little bit unusual.
And I know I'm a magical rabbit. You don't have to tell me, Mackie. I heard that miscommunication there, as always.
Ravage.
Rabbit is magical. So yeah, we're looking in terms of the golden XP graphs now. So 1,000 gold's actually going away at IMG. It is a very passive early game. We have seen a few rotations coming in from eNigma, but it's 1 kill apiece at the moment. And the same with the XP. There's barely anything in this game at the moment. Both teams are actually playing a little bit precautious in all honesty. But Vlad is constantly in this middle lane and he just wants to kill Pain. But it's so difficult to lock him down now, especially with Primal Split available.
If you're going to yell at me for magical rabbit, I'm going to yell at you for precautionous.
What the hell was that? Well, I blame that on the beer though, so, you know.
Yoya's really far forward here, up on top lane.
Yeah, and interesting enough, we can't actually be seen. This slight tree here, as well as this one just here as well. They're keeping him just hidden enough so that Antab, who's currently farming in the woods, can't actually spot him now. And as long as Yo-Yo, he just follows the creep wave round, he should be just fine. In fact, it's only Steven here as well. So he should be absolutely fine in the lane right now. Well, no, Antab and Dreadnought, then they're rotated in. The moment he showed his face, they want to get a kill. Steven throwing the Spirit Lance. Nice fishing. Actually going to get the stun off. And the Coral Blast. Not going to be enough. And the illusions. One more Phantom Lance. Spirit Lance even. Steven's going to pick up his second kill of the game.
Yeah, they'll be very happy with that. That's a really fortunate pickup to go on their main carry as well.
And it's amazing just how fast their supports rotated in. The moment that Tidehunter showed himself, Antab and Dreadnought were just like, let's get him. Let's just get him, guys.
Yeah, these guys are a great team. Like, I always think it's interesting how the two support heroes on a team work together, and you can usually tell how well gelled the team is. Oh, Ghosthawk's in trouble, so I'll stop talking. He's going to get away. Yeah, you can usually tell sort of how tight a team is by watching their supports, and you see it both of these teams, their supports work so well together.
Yeah, they really have that synergy. They've been playing together for such a long time. We actually did an interview with Team eNigma today, and they explained that they basically played Warcraft 1 together for about 8 years ago. They started playing that, and they really wish they were still at the peak that they were in those days. But now I'm actually starting to see them they're really playing at such a level that we haven't seen in the UK scene before, and I'm very impressed by them.
Well, of course, IMG are the foreigners in this tournament, so we're already seeing that even if eNigma lose this match, they are the top of the UK scene for now.
Yeah, sending home Reason. Not going to be happy about that, and they're never going to live it down either. However, Reason were the first team to take a map off IMG, and took one map off them in the best of 3 today. The first one as well.
Yeah, that's no mean feat. IMG have been playing incredibly through this whole tournament, like dropping one map, as you say. That's ridiculous. They played a lot of Dota. I mean, it's been 15 or so games.
Yeah, roughly that. I think this is actually game number 15 for them now. And I really like this mid lane in a sense, because Vlad now is just be spamming mana burn on Brewmaster, and although he's bottle crowing and just filling the bottle whenever he can, he's not going to be able to split. If they decide to go on the Brewmaster, one more mana burn is going to be up there. Brewmaster cannot get away from this wall. And then here comes the push on top lane. Phantom Lancer, he's only got one illusion up at the moment. They're going to support out, and Yo-Yo is going to reduce the armor, but it's not going to make a difference. He's still going to carry on trying to push now. In fact, TP support is coming in from the Rubik. He's got a life stealer inside of him, but he lifted up a illusion. That is so unfortunate. Well played by Steven.
Another reason to hate Phantom Lancer.
Definitely think we're going to see a nerf coming to Phantom Lancer soon. They cannot keep this hero the way he currently is. I mean, at the moment, he's got 102 damage with... we have actually talked about items at all this game. He's got 102 damage with no agility items at all.
Yeah, and there's 5 of them.
Yeah. And then they'll burn your mana, and you won't be able to kill them after that. And then you won't be able to hit them because you will miss them. And in fact, see a Fissure on top lane. Oh yeah, it's going to go down once more. Earthshaker actually going to get this last hit. But that's going to help him out. Kind of needs his gold to support his team. He does have his arcane boost ready now. And it's Beast could probably start team fighting. Funny enough, Rubik actually killing off the Brewmaster in mid lane. He did have mana for Primal Split as well, so it looks like it was just a bunch of chain disables. And the ulti actually come out from Necrolite there. And I don't actually know the name of Necrolite's ability because we never see him. But yeah, the Reaper's Life doing its work apparently. Getting that last hit there. And he does actually got a mechanism.
It's got a big stun coupled to it. That's the trick with that one. It's bad enough on its own, but just as the damage, but the stun is vicious as well.
Yeah, and eNigma are actually going to take the trade. They lose the tier 1 Terry middle, but they take the one in top lane in exchange. But don't forget they, well, actually they're trading completely. 1 kill for 1 kill, 1 tower for 1 tower. But meanwhile, when we look at the last hits in a while, Lifestealer, he's gone for those phase boots. He's been using the Midas religiously, and he has a Helm of the Iron Will ready to start building towards his Armlet. In fact, never mind, his Armlet just got to him. 12 minutes into the game, he's got a Midas and an Armlet on the Lifestealer. This is terrifying.
Yeah, eNigma have really left him alone, and that's going to be a costly mistake. There's no doubt about that. They need to sort that out now, or they're going to be suffering for it.
I'm actually a little surprised by Steven's build on the Phantom Lancer here, though. Yeah, it's difficult for him to go the Tranquil Boost as well as the Hand of Midas, but early drums is really a questionable thing. You generally see Phantom Lancers die to get something like the Yasha immediately, or straight up go into the Diffusal Blade and try and get a mana burn out as soon as possible so they can do some early game team fights.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the thinking is behind that, because mana is really important for most of IMG's heroes. I mean, Lifestealer can cope without it, but the rest of them are pretty weak if they don't have the ability to cast their spells. So, seems like I'm forgetting the name of it now. Diffusal Blade would be the top choice, but see how that works out.
Have you seen that damage coming out from Lifestealer? That was 2 right clicks on top of Goshaw, and he got taken very low. And in fact, the stun coming out from the Nyx Assassin as well, and he tries to cast the reverse polarity so Pain can get in there and do some damage. Doesn't manage to do so, and Pain actually taken very low. He's going to split up into the 3 pandas, and Banzy's going to get Fissure blocked again by Antap. Echo Slam coming on top of everything, and that will be the death of him. And then the Brewmaster Pandas are trying to chase on Vlad. He has no Vendetta for another 44 seconds. The Rubik is here as well. He gets spun up in the air, and unfortunately, Pain actually splits up, and oh no! Rubik steals the pandas! He's turning it around, and Rubik's going to chase down Pain. The rock's going to hit on Dreadnought, so this would be Rubik getting a kill. These mini Storm Pandas going to spin Brewmaster in the air. His previous master's going to go up. And what a great play coming out from the Rubik there. And then he picks up another kill. Seth with the double kill. Fantastic steal.
Antab's so close to getting a solo kill on Vlad at the back of that team fight, but sadly his first fissure of the game, he's been slightly off on. It just went slightly the wrong way, actually blocked him from getting the kill.
That's pretty unfortunate, and he dies for it as well. But then the score going 5-4 in the way of IMG. We are 15 minutes into the game. The Terrors are at 1 apiece at the moment, and if you have a look at the golden XP graphs again, the advantage is starting to creep up a little bit more for IMG now. It's 2,000 gold going their way, and the XP only 1,500 still, so such a close game, and you just really can't cut this one at all, can you? It's just right down the middle.
I've got no predictions. I'm really interested just to know what they're going to do with Necrolite, like if he's going some kind of interesting build. It's got a point booster, so I'm guessing an Aghanims, but maybe he's going to go for a Bloodstone instead. That would totally work on him.
It can work indeed, and obviously, when he gets to level 3, you take 1.2 damage per 1 missing HP you have. And that's how powerful this Necrolite ulti can truly be. So if they're at least 50% health, Necrolite will kill them in 1 shot. I believe that's how the ultimate works anyway.
Yeah, so it stuns them for a second and a half, and then it kind of does the damage just a little bit after the stun hits. I'm not quite sure at what point it's actually calculated. It's quite an interesting ultimate to work with.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Yeah, it is actually magical as well, so there are reductions to consider. But now, Life Stealer and guess last hit on the bottom tower, so another tower going away of RMG. In fact, they want to carry on pushing. They have the mech as well as the death pulse, and they can do this.
Yeah, just look at the heal coming out from that, all on full life, no matter what, just tanking up this tower, and it's not going to matter.
I'm with the DD rune as well on Rose, doing a lot of damage. In fact, this tower's dead to half health already. The Illuminate not quite going to hit on Bans there, but he's going to be able to run away with that armory toggle. And they just back off. Meanwhile, what's Steven doing at the moment? He's got his diffusal fully finished. Where did that come from? Oh my god.
He's having some alone time on the top lane, I think.
Yeah. Oh, in fact, there's still a fight going on down bottom by the sounds of things. No, it was just Life Stealer jumping inside of a creep. And the fish is just... Wait, did Ghost got blocked?
Oh, no.
A very slight block on Ghost due to the fissure. I don't know how he got blocked in this tiny, tiny area here. But he did nonetheless. New Bev Shaker. Yeah, pretty much says it all, doesn't it, Antab? And there, Ruse. D-Ward in. What the bring was wards at the moment. And it looks like we might have an early Roshan coming out. This is the power of IMG's lineup at the moment, with Necrolite having the Death Pulse, as well as the Mechanism. They definitely have a Roshan taking lineup.
Yeah, they do. All of that healing is, and the armor, of course, means they can pretty much take it if they want it.
And here we go.
Of course, being caught in a small space with Steven is going to be a little bit frightening.
I don't think anybody wants to be in a small space with Steven, to be honest. No offense, buddy. But when you're playing Cancel Lancer, it's really not preferable. But anyway, he's got that Diffusal Blade now, and he is going to be going towards that harder Terrace. Got the Vitality booster up, so soon enough he's going to be getting those levels up. When he hits level 16, he'll start split pushing like a madman, and those illusions will just be so hard to bring down. But however, he's on his own at the moment. He's going to pick up a TP and instantly get out because everybody from IMG were coming up to gank him, but all they're going to find is a group of illusions.
Bans gets a Hyperstone.
Oh, already? Wow. Where are you, Lobster?
Yeah, that's fast.
There he is. So, early AC possibly coming out from Bans here. In fact, he's very close to the plate now.
Top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. That's not gonna hold.
No, IMG rotates up for their third tier 1 terror of the game.
Tower is doing its best,
but again,
it doesn't look good.
Oh wait, they're not actually trading. Bans is in the bottom lane trying to defend this. So this is a free tower going away of IMG. No TP coming up from eNigma. In fact, Life Stealer they're instantly going to TP to the middle lane and try and stop the Phantom Lancer from pushing. Are you still there, Mackie?
I am still there. I'm just kind of watching what's going on. It's all a bit interesting. There's not as much a response on the top lane as I'd have thought. And then these Phantom Lancer illusions.
Oh, Ravage coming out from Yoya. Dreadnought taking a lot of damage here. And the ulti coming out on Necrolite on top of the Brewmaster. And that's two very easy kills. And again, that's Yoya just being super aggressive. We didn't expect him to just walk into the heroes and Ravage like that. But that's what he decided to do. Brewmaster was animation cancelling with his Thunderclap, having a good old time near that tower. I just got completely caught off guard by the Tidehunter.
Yeah, massive. And that's just 2 towers in about 1 minute for IMG.
Essentially, now what's Ban's got? He's nearly got his AC floating. All he needs is the recipe now, so he's about 700 gold away from that one. And this is going to mean that IMG can definitely start pushing in really heavily now.
Radiant's middle tower was killed by the Radiant.
No life sit up, denies his own mid tower. And they're going to start pushing in towards the tier 2 in mid lane.
Yeah, Steven kind of giving that tower away. He sent his illusions in to attack it, but they really didn't have enough to take it out, so they just left it in deny range.
Yeah, and this is going to be a very easy tier 2 tower. There's no Ravage available. In fact, Goshuk has a really good opportunity to reverse polarity here. He just needs to man up and do it. In fact, here's TP'd in now. The Vision's there. Goshuk's going to right click on top of Wow, the Brewmaster's split. He's actually going to come out very early. Ghostshot's going to skew it in, but he's not actually going to find anyone. And skew is stolen by Rubik as well. And then they're all trying to run away. Rose, his mana leaks by the Connell. And then these Brewmaster Brewlings have just done pretty much nothing now. And Rose, he's trying to keep himself alive. Phantom Lancer is going to start draining his mana completely, and that's happening. He's going to go down. Echo Slash comes down just in time. Vlad taking Vlad taking a reverse polarity straight in the base, and so does SEV. Ghost Shark, and then, the Coddle Blast. So 2-1 going away with eNigma. In fact, made that 3-1. They used all their big ultimates, and that's simply because Ravage was down, and this is going to be a Roshan going the way of eNigma.
Now, I thought that team fight was all going to fall into IMG's favour there. They were right there under the tower and they looked so strong. And there was just a fissure in the right place, and then they all started getting a bit spread out and messy, and they just sort of lost focus a little bit.
Yeah, and I really don't know what Pain did with that Brewmaster ulti. I don't think I saw him do anything with it, but at the end of the day, the reverse polarity as well as the blast coming out from Connell was enough to give them the team fight. And it's definitely a free Roshan going their way. Vlad definitely doesn't want to go anywhere near this.
I was watching Gosork and Sev. Were in the jungle around the Ancients, and Sev stole the skewer, skewered Goshawk. Goshawk replied with a shockwave. It was a little bit of a kind of Magnus spell fight. It was a bit weird.
But Magnus, do you even lift? Oh dear. Hey, we're looking on bans now. The Assault Cuirassy is complete. He's still got his Animals, of course, and the armlets of Mordigagan, and the face boots. So this Phantom Lancer, no, this is a Lifestealer. This Lifestealer is hitting pretty hard if he turns the armlet on. It's pretty interesting that we saw Reason run the, actually it wasn't a Lifestealer ran. They ran somebody else, but they chose a Vengeful Spirit with it, and just absolutely stacked up the damage on their Lifestealers as much as they possibly could earlier, or whoever the carry was. But running a similar build as well. And then eNigma. They're going to try and have to defend now. In fact, Yo-Yo's sitting right on top of a Sentry Ward. He's got an Invis rune. He actually got attacked by a creep there, so they should know there's a Sentry nearby. And the Color Blaster just going on top of Bands as well, so Fissure. And now he's feeling a bit drunk. So as IMG back off, let's have a look at the updated graphs from that fight earlier. So it's now going 5,000 gold in the way of IMG. And the experience is actually nearly going back down to the way of eNigma.
Yeah, that's a really interesting dip on the experience graph. I didn't realise that fight pushed it so far in eNigma's favour.
Yeah. I believe that IMG's levels were so far ahead at that point that eNigma took the advantage.
Yeah, but it's I feel like it's all going to come down to the fact that it's all of this gold is on Bands right now.
Yeah, definitely. It's 12,000 net worth on him, and it's actually closely followed by Steven now. The advantage on the Lifestealer really isn't that high, and Phantom Lancer, let's be honest, will definitely outcarry this Lifestealer if he gets late enough. And I mean, he has a Magnus Impera on top of him, don't forget.
Oh, that's a very good point. That's a really, really terrifying combination, actually.
Lift on top of Ghost Shark, and top actually dropping down the Fissure as well. And then a Blinking, he's got a skewer back, and a reverse polarity just for the Rubik. That's pretty interesting, but the Rubik will go down. But then we've got to be careful not to fight for the next 2 minutes, essentially. Because Ghost Shark choosing to reverse polarity, one of the support heroes.
eNigma seems to be playing a little bit frightened at the moment. Like they've been forced to sit around their towers. They've lost one of their tier 2s already. So I think if any kill they can get is going to be the right one at this point. They're just going for whatever they can take.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of advantage going their way. And if you look at the XP, it's actually dipped down to 0 now. So pretty much there's only 100 XP points in this game right now. That's all. Gold is pretty much bang on 5,000 going the way of IMG. But again, this is such a close game. But this is the story of Phantom Lancer. Phantom Lancer and his little Phantom Lancer clones. He's going to just be walking along this top lane. He has a harder Tarask, and these clones are never going to die. And bit by bit, well, I'll say bit by bit, his tower's already nearly gone. But his tower's just going to fall, and there's nothing that IMG can really do to stop them at this point.
You really don't like Phantom Lancer, do you?
Fucking hate this hero, Mackie. When will you learn this? Jesus, every time you cast with me, someone picks up a PL. Now I'm going to go over and slap Steven in a bit.
It's just you normally sound so happy, and every time you say Phantom Lancer, you just sound so mean.
I don't know when I've ever sounded happy in my life, let's be honest. But we do see a little bit of aggression going on the bottom lane at the moment. The heroes are kind of split all across the map right now, but Vlad is down here as well as Yo-Yo. or Yo-Ya, sorry, and they want to start pushing this tier 2 tower. But at the same time, you have a Coddle, you have an Earthshaker, and you have a Magnus. There is no pushing against that lineup. Unless you kill them, you will not take their towers.
Yeah, they've definitely got what they need to turtle up, and they haven't done too well at that so far. They've lost so much, so
Well,
they really need to rein it in a little bit.
that's because we're not 70 minutes into the game yet. They'll get there.
Well,
They'll
that's
turtle.
true.
And as you can see, Steven is not actually getting very lucky with the juxtapositions in this one. Sending his clones in the top lane, and they just don't seem to be splitting. Come on, little clone. Make a replica of yourself. There you go! And he's going to be able to push the towers simply because of that little chance he gets. Only one of them now.
Oh, but Yoey is there to put a stop to that nonsense.
Yep.
Yoey going for a pipe.
Yeah, not actually going for the early blink dagger as I kind of expected. And Vlad now actually picks up the Gem of Shrew side, so they're going to be looking to try and shut down this Phantom Mancer very soon. But again, it's hard of Tarask up on the PO. He's so hard to kill at this point. As well as the level 1 Diffusal Blade. I'm expecting he'll upgrade that probably next in his items. But he's sitting on 3,000 gold as well after getting his heart. Aegis is about 1 minute away from running out, maybe 2. I can't quite tell on this chart, I never can. It's so difficult to understand this chart.
I don't think they're going to make much use of this Aegis. I think they're happy to just sit back and use it as insurance.
Just making sure Steven can farm safely. And again, with that Impair on top of him now, he's doing pretty much 200 damage. But don't forget, he has 20 armor and 2,300 life points. And I'm getting Spike Carapaced up in the river there as well.
I think no matter what happens, we're going to see PL banned out next game.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah. I also like to see the band notes. I want to see different carries. Can we please have a game with, I don't know, let's have a Morphlin. Oh wait, that's never going to happen
Faceless
again.
Void.
I saw a Void
Faceless
today.
Void would be nice. Yeah?
Yeah, we saw a Void this
Off lane?
morning. No, not off lane with Mechanism first. He was actually carrying. He got crushed. It was the final game of the group stages, and eNigma went for a push early strat, and they won the game at 25 minutes versus Reason, using a Luna.
Oh, very nice. Luna's so dangerous for that. Just gets so much push so early on.
You know, I'd really love to see a Naga Siren.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I haven't seen Naga Siren in competitive for ages.
I mean, last night we even saw a Husker and Omni Knight combo, so yeah, a Naga Siren would be fantastic. And yes, that was strategy by Steven, bringing his Future Stars rep into play there.
The man's a visionary.
Totally.
Dire has fortified its structures.
This push is
Oh,
big.
blinking by Brewmaster. The Thunderclamp's going to go down, so here comes the team fight. He's used the Primal Split, and now there's Reverse Palati. It's only on top of Rose, but Lifestealer is actually inside of him. They're going to use the skill to push him back, but Tidehunter was the one that was pushed back. He uses the Ravage, and that will be the death of Magnus very quickly. And here comes Steven. In fact, Steven can't carry bans right now, and because the gems there, Steven will go down. He's instantly going to buy back. Dread Knight trying to run away from bans there as well. And then that just shows the true power of the Necrolite ulti. He had the Agony himself on top of it, and then Steven is back in. He's just bought back, and he's going to go down again if he's not careful. He's there to a third elf, and this Phantom Lancer, you can bring him down. He can get out carried, and it involves 4 heroes tanking him up and trying to bring him down. And now OMG, they're going to take this tier 2 tower in bottom lane, and with the PL down for 60 more seconds, they might even be able to get into the base and take the racks. Oh no, wait, never mind, Coddle's there.
Beautiful Ravage from Yoya there. He got skewered right into the midst of everyone in eNigma and responded perfectly with Ravage.
Dread got lifted up and brushed down by Tidehunter.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
This should be the tier 3. Good use of pipe coming out from Yoya there. But it's still the mana pool.
Yoya plays Tidehunter so well.
He does. It's pretty magical to watch. And that's another Fade Bolt kill coming from Sev. And they'd love to push in right now, OMG, but their mana pool's just way too low. Only Nyx has enough to do anything.
Tower is under attack. Run, little bottom tower. Run.
Sev managed to steal Illuminate there and do a hell of a lot of damage with it.
Oh, I didn't realise that Dren only had level 2 Illuminate in this game. Especially playing Enigma Dota. I thought Dren would want level 4 as soon as possible to just stop the pushes. But yep, IMG.
Yeah, he went for level 4 Chakra Magic instead.
Well, if heroes like Earthshaker on your team, you kind of need to, in a sense. who, by the way, has a blink dagger. I didn't actually see him use Echo Slam in that fight, but apparently he did get it off. Oh no, wait, it was the fight before. He's got 40 seconds left on the cooldown. Huh. Wait, I'm confused. I never saw an Echo. Apparently he used an Echo, but I never saw an Echo.
No, I don't remember when it was cast either, I'm afraid.
Steven, you just flew your Yasha into yourself and you don't even want it, apparently. Oh, maybe just wanted to
Couldn't work out which illusion to give it to.
And this is interesting now. Sev Doda, the player number 5 for IMG essentially, is actually going to get the blink dagger up on his Rubik now. 31 minutes into the game, and this is a very farmed number 5 Rubik here. So he's going to be able to blink in and hopefully steal the Brewmaster ulti when it ends, or stay in a position, get reverse polarity, blink in and use one himself. There's many options for the Rubik in this game, and this is the interesting part of this pick. That's why I love seeing Rubik in pretty much every game.
Yeah, we've seen Sev do this before. Yesterday, I saw him in a game, and it's kind of next level Rubik. You try and make sure you can stay out of range of everything, and then just dive straight in with that blink dagger. He goes for a force staff as well to give him ultimate maneuverability. That can be really interesting, really amazing to watch Rubiks kind of dive out and into fights as they need to.
But Roshan is back. He's got another Aegis available, and Bands is going to want this one. But the question, are eNigma ready to react to this one? Because I know for a fact that Dreadnought told me that they are pretty spot on with their Roshan timings. After taking the first one, you think they'd react a bit better. In fact, they back off the smoke up, and Tap has the smoke. They're all going into the base. They need to be quick with this, though. Get that smoke going. Too late. Lifestealer already has the Aegis anymore. And they're just going to come down the bottom lane and carry on defending.
Vlad looking for a kill now, but he's not going to find anything.
You might find
He can
Goshawk.
find Goshawk.
He does have a level 1 Dagon as well, but I don't think that's enough burst to kill Goshawk off. Definitely not. Goshawk's way too flashy. But there's a Ravage coming in. Massive Ravage coming in from Yoya. And the Brewmaster Primal Split has been pumped as well. In fact, Steven's running again. A great Echo Slam coming out on Antab. He's just trying to take Yoya down once more. Lifesteal had been split up in the air by the Storm Panda. And now where his Phantom Lands are gone, he's still running away. He's in the base. He's getting all the way out now. Antab will go down on that Earthshaker, but it's a 1-for-1 exchange at the moment. And Pain comes back into his true form and just blinks himself back into the base. Good Echo Slam coming out from Antab. But at the end of the day, the PL nearly got out carried.
Yeah, a really good fight for IMG. I mean, another fantastic Ravage. Managed to catch Magnus in it and get Goshawk killed before he could get the reverse polarity off. And that really, I think, was what turned the tide for them there.
Ha! Turned the tide for them. I see what you did there.
Oh God.
I'm sorry. He had his blink dagger for that fight though, so we definitely turned the tide. But yeah, I didn't actually see the fact that Bands had picked up his Monkey King bar, so preemptively predicting the not the Rapier pickup, the Butterfly pickup on Phantom Lancer. But Phantom Lancer's not chose to go for it yet. As I said earlier, he does have a Yasha sitting on a courier, so it looks like he might be going towards a Manta Star build. But yeah, Naix has himself that 3,000 gold, or 4,000 gold now after taking his ancient stack on top of the Monkey King bar. So after he sells the Santa Monitors, I really don't know what he wants to build, but I imagine and bash you into the Abyssal Blade maybe.
I really don't know. I'm not sure what to make of it.
The IMG players have proved that they are pretty unpredictable this tournament. Now Steven gets recalled by Coddle. He's ready to fight once more, but he's got no nuances. Reverse polarity going on too. Bands as well as Rose. And Pain jumps himself in. He does have promise for some seconds. And look at that damage. Rubik actually sitting in reverse polarity and bringing it back. And this is going to be essentially a full team wipe going the way of IMG. Pantomancer is going to buy back instantly, but there goes the tier 3 tower. And the Raxus is going to start getting wild on. Only Coddle and PL left alive in this game for eNigma currently, and only for another 30 seconds. And what a great reverse polarity steal from Rubik. And GG called out by Team eNigma. IMG will take the second game of this best of 5, go 2-0 up, and we'll go on to our game 3 very shortly.
Great play by Sev there, yeah, absolutely beautiful steal.
As you said, man, that blink dagger on Rubik, something to be reckoned with. But I want to give a big shout out to all the guys that are watching in the hall. I hope you enjoyed this game, and to those that are watching on the live stream at home, which hopefully hasn't dropped at all during this broadcast. I'm really hoping. Stay tuned, we will have game number 3 of this best of 5 grand finals coming up next. Don't go anywhere, guys.
Dominating.